Prahlad Maharaj. And these are discussions are taken place between Yudhishthir Maharaj and Narad Muni. Narad Muni is narrating about Krishna and his glories, and about Prahlad Maharaj himself also. So these are important things. Prahlad Maharaj is very exalted devotee. Is so from him more higher are Pandavas. Pandavas love for Krishna, and Krishna used to live at their house just as a household member all the time. Many months and years he stayed there. So we will see this. Yudhishthir Maharaj is asking questions about the after the Rajsuya Yajna. They are sitting leisurely and talking about. So what it is, uh, yes, Narad Muni is saying, Krishna is your intimate friend. This is just little bit background. Cousin, constant well-wisher, and spiritual master. He is the source of Brahman, yet acts as your servant. We will pray to the Supreme Lord, so we could derive some benefit by reading these topics. So I will just pray. Om Agyanti Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swa Padantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamshyam श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमो महावदनाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नमः ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्णा पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे. So Yudhishthir Maharaj may ask, why does the basis of Brahman act as a servant for the vision of material people like us? So this is the important question, that Krishna worships a Brahmana and worship him so much so that he becomes subservient to them. He wants to serve them. Why it is so? So Narad Muni now explains the difficulty in understanding or describing about Krishna's great powers and his being controlled by the devotee's praying. He is controlled always by the praying of his devotee. Even Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma could not properly describe the truth of the Supreme Lord. May the Lord be pleased with us. So this is, may ask the question that Brahma may not understand Krishna, but Shiva can understand. To explain this, Narad narrates another story, that even Shiva derives power from Krishna. So we will talk about Lord Shiva. How does he derive power from Lord Krishna? And so Lord Shiva destroys the three invisible cities of the demons. So there was a long ago, there was a Maya demon. Maya Danav reduced the reputation of Lord Shiva. Means his reputation was reduced. Why? Because Shiva himself could not kill this demon. And how Krishna helped him. And then his reputation came back again. In this situation, the Supreme Lord Krishna saved Lord Krishna, Shiva. Also, when Vrakasur, he saved Lord Shiva. Also, when there was Banasur, or one with 1,000 arms, then also there was a fight between Lord Shiva and even Krishna. And then Krishna saved him and his devotee. Lord Krishna was going to cut off the head of this Banasur, but then Lord Shiva prayed that please save, he is my disciple, please save. So, for what reason did Mayadano vanquish Lord Shiva's reputation? How did Lord Krishna save Lord Shiva? So Narad Muni narrates this story, and that is what we are, that the story of Shiva killing the demons with the help of Vishnu. So we will talk about that. So let us just take from text number 52, and I will end the chapter altogether. It's an interesting story. So Rajo Vacha, that is text number 52. Kashmin karmani devasya mano aham jagadishitu yatha chopachita kirti krishnananena kathyatam. Maharaj Yudhishthir said, for what reason did the demon Maya Dano vanquish Lord Shiva's reputation? How did Lord Krishna save Lord Shiva and expand his reputation again? Kindly describe these incidents. Next verse, 53. Narada Uvacha Nirjita Devair Yudhyanenopa Varam Hitaihi Mayinam Paramacharyam Mayam Sharanamayu Mayayuhu. Narad Muni said, when the demigods, who are always powerful by the mercy of Lord Krishna, fought with the Asuras were defeated, and therefore they took shelter of Maidana, the greatest of the demons. So Asur and Asur, this demon and not the demigod, but Sur Devta, even human being are Devta if they are following the rules and regulation. So they fought, and this demigods, they defeated the Asuras. And then Asuras are taking shelter of Maidano. Now you may ask, who is this Maidano? Uh, his son was Bal, and he was living in Khando forest. And also he has a whole planet that he was living there. So that there is a Sutal. Sutal is where Bali Maharaj is there, and Atal, Sutal, Vital, Talatal, Patal, all this. So this Talatal was ruled by Mayadan, and he was the Acharya. Uh, many he was a this is special powers. Asura has quite much powers. They get it by some certain siddhis, anima, mahima, lagima, garima. But if they don't use any siddhi or any power you get, it has to be used for Krishna's purpose, not for sense enjoyment, not for defeating others. But that's what the asuras are. Like Ravan had so much powers. He pleased Lord Shiva or Kansa, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. There are many that you could name. Bali Maharaj ultimately used everything for Krishna's service. Hiranyakashipu did not, uh, but his son Prahlad used everything for Krishna's service. So that is the process that we use everything for service of Krishna. If you use them and Krishna does not give desperately or anything like without thinking, demigods may give you any boon, and they also get the power from Krishna. Krishna made them the demigods and gave the power to give certain boons. But if we use, then for our senses, then we get trapped. And just see the story that how these asuras were defeated ultimately, even if their Mayadano was very mystic, he had so much mystic powers. And so we will see the asura were defeated and therefore they took shelter of Maidana, the greatest of the demons. The text number 54 and 55. Sanirmaya purastastro he haimiropyaya sir vibhu durlaksha paya sanyoga durvitarkya parichadaha abhiste asurasenanyo lokastrin shevya saran nrapa smaranto nashayas purvavaira Malakshitaham. Maidano, the great leader of the demons, prepared three invisible residences and gave them to the demons. These dwellings, this is like aeroplane, resembled airplanes made of gold, silver, and iron. Three purul. Pur means three cities that he created, but it was all contained in an aeroplane which could fly anywhere. Sometime it was visible, sometime not visible. Uh, and they contained uncommon paraphernalia. My dear king, Yudhishthir, because of these three dwellings, the commanders of the demons remained invisible to the demigods. So this three city means Maidano built this, but so many commanders and chief they were there, living there, taking advantage of the opportunity. The demons, remembering their former enmity, began to vanquish the three worlds, the upper, middle, and lower planetary system, means practically whole universe, that they were trying to destroy. ततस्ते सेश्वरालोका उपासाद्यास्वरं नतः त्राहि नस्तावकान्देव विनष्टां स्त्री पुरालयैः. Translation. Thereafter, when the demons had begun to destroy the higher planetary systems, the rulers of those planets went to Lord Shiva, means there were demigods, and they were defeated. Like Bali Maharaj also defeated. Hiranyakashipu also defeated. So there are many, even everybody was so much afraid of Ravan. And so in this way, they went to uh, Lord Shiva, fully surrendered unto him and said, Dear Lord, we demigods living in the three worlds are about to be vanquished, means upper, middle, and lower worlds, and we would be completely ruined, completely gone. We are your followers. Kindly save us. 57 text. Athanugrahya bhagavan ma bhayas teti suran vibhu charam dhanushi sandhaya pureshwastram vyamunchata. The most powerful and able Lord Shiva reassured them and said, Do not be afraid. He then fixed his arrows to his bow and released them towards the three residents occupied by the demons. On these three planets or three planes or three cities, which was made of gold, silver, and iron. So he put three arrows on his bow and shooted through his bow. The arrows released by the Lord Shiva appeared like fiery beams emanating from the sun globe and covered the three residential airplanes, which could then no longer be seen. And so they were seen and disappearing. Again, not seen. But now with these three arrows, they could not be seen anymore. 59 text. Tehi sprasta vyasava sarve nipetuhu smapurokashah tananiyamaha yogi maya pare shipat. Attacked by Lord Shiva's golden arrows, all the demonic inhabitants of those three dwellings lost their lives and fell down. Then the great mystic Mayadana dropped the demons into a nectarian well that he had created. He created big well, and all the bodies of these demons were killed by Lord Shiva's golden arrows. So he dipped them into that. The asuras are generally extremely powerful because of their mystic yogic powers. Anima, Mahima, Lagima. There are many people, they are so much with the yogas nowadays. In this way, but yoga means union with Krishna. Yoga means a jodo. Yoga means bringing together. So, but rather than that, they get this yoga powers to have this Ashtanga yoga or Hatha yoga, many yogas, not Karma yoga or Jnana yoga or Jnana yoga, but this Hatha yoga, Ashtanga yogas, and other mystic things by their austerities. Just like you heard about Hiranyakashipu. He was a very great yogi. He's standing on his toe only, one toe, and raising their arms all the way up and not breathing and for a long time. So he was in that is kind of yoga for thousands of years. It's not just 1 or 2 years. His whole body was eaten by all these ants and went all his bone was only left and everything was he was just a kankal. Asti Pinjar. Nothing was left. And then because from his body, the fire was emanating and was burning all the three planetary systems. So they all approach to Lord Brahma. So when there is any problem, they all approach to Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma, sometime if he could not do it, he approaches Lord Shiva. Then they go to the ocean for Garbhodakshai Vishnu. So that is the way, that is hierarchy. So now Brahmaji, so Hiranyakashipu. So Brahma came and he sprinkled water from his kamandalu, and then his body became all again back and he became very, very powerful. damaging all the planetary system again. So in this way, the demons, they misuse their powers whenever they get it. And that's why they are called demons. They don't follow any rules and regulations. They think that I have won so much, I have killed my enemies, I will kill more enemies, I will get more powerful, I will be God. That is their plan, to usurp the position of Lord Krishna. So the Asuras purport of 59. The Asuras are generally extremely powerful because of their mystic yogic power. However, the Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, योगिनामपि सर्वेषां मद्गतेनान्तरात्मना श्रद्धावान् भजते यो मां समे युक्ततमो मतः. Of all yogis, means ध्यान योगी, ज्ञान योगी, अष्टांग योगी, हठ योगी, कर्म योगी, but for these yogis, which are, so what Krishna is appreciating, he always abides in me, means he follows my order, he follows me, or he respects me, he serves me, because that is our position, is the servant, Jivara Swarupa Krishna Nitya Das. If we don't serve Krishna, we are kind of opposing the Krishna these directives, what the rules he has given to us. He is the owner, he is creator, he is maintainer, he is destroying all of us, he is putting us in many cycles. So everything happens by the will of Lord Krishna. Mare Krishna Rakhe Krishna Mare ke. If Krishna wants to protect, then none of the people can damage you. Even Balana Bako Kari Sake, Jo Jag Bairi ho. So one who is intimately united with me means in devotion, not that they merge. United with me means in devotion. Yes, I am your servant, I will serve you. In yoga, and is the highest of all. The actual purpose of mystic yoga is to concentrate one's attention fully on the personality of God, Krishna, and always think of him. Madgate Nantarat. That we are Antaratmana means there. Gati and destiny is to abide by the laws of God, to love Lord Krishna, to serve Lord Krishna, and to serve his devotees. To attain such perfection, one must undergo a certain process, Hatha Yoga. And through this yoga system, the practitioner achieves some unpowered mystic powers. The Asuras, however, instead of becoming devotees of the Krishna, utilize this mystic power for their personal sense gratification. Maidano, for example, is mentioned here, a Mahayogi, a great mystic, but his business was to help the Asuras. Nowadays, we are actually seeing that there are some yogis who cater to the senses of materialists, and there are imposters who advertise themselves as God. Maidano was such a person, a god among the demons. G is small, not capital G, and that he is like God amongst some demons. And he could perform some wonderful feats, one of which is is described here. He made a well filled with nectar. Now we will read about this well, that he prepared a well, and then he dipped all the people who died because of the arrows of Lord Shiva, and dipped the asuras into the nectarian well. This nectar was known as Mrata Sanjeevayitari. Sanjeevayitari. Sanjeevan means long life, long. See, nectar, even if the demigods, they drank the nectar by the mercy of Mohini Murti. But it's not that when there is annihilation, they also die. So it's not that they remain permanently. Only permanent remaining is devotee of the Lord, who lives with Krishna in the spiritual kingdom. So he prepared a well for it could bring a dead body to life. Mrata Sanjeeva Vatari is also an Ayurvedic preparation. It is a kind of liquor that invigorates even a person on the verge of death. X60. Siddha Pratarasa Prasta Vajrasara Mahojasah Uttasthur Meghdalana Vaidyuta Iva Vanyayaha. When the dead bodies of the demons came in touch with the nectar, their bodies became invincible to thunderbolts. Endowed with great strength, they got up like lightning penetrating clouds. Lightning penetrated the clouds, and you could see that. So they were alive all again, all these demons, when they were thrown into this well made by Maidan. So Maidana built the three puras also. Then he built this well filled with nectar. Seeing Lord Shiva very much aggrieved and disappointed. The supreme personality of Godhead, now Shiva could not do anything. The Tripuras were, all three Puris or cities were destroyed. Now the Asuras are back again alive. And they were defeating the demigods. So he was disappointed. His reputation, oh, he did not kill, they are all alive again. So his reputation was decreased because of this. And the Supreme Person, so the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, considered how to stop this nuisance created by Maidana. So he was coming to help them. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhyutanam yavadhanasya tadatmanam srajamyam. So he appears. And then Lord Brahma became a calf. So what happened? Text number 62 we'll be reading. And Vatsaschasit tada Brahma Swam Vishnurayam hi bahu Pravishya Tripuram Kale Rasakupamratam Papau. Then Lord Brahma became a calf. Brahma became a calf and Lord Vishnu a cow. And at noon they entered the residences and drank all the nectar in the well. So it's a Lord, he could drink any amount of, even his devotee Agastya Muni could drink the whole ocean. So what to say about the Lord himself? So, and they did see that the Asuras guards, but by his mystic power, they were like, did not really, oh, it is just a cow, what a little cow could do. So even they were, demons were merciful on the cows. And look here now in Kali Yuga, that we don't care about cows. They're slaughtered, so many slaughterhouses. We don't have any love for the cows. But Krishna, he became this cow. He was grazing the cows. He was saying, Go Brahmanitaya, that is Namo Brahmane Devaya, Go Brahmanitaya. Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namo. Govinda name itself, Go means cows. Who gives uh, happiness when the earth, when the means happiness. He who gives happiness to the cows. And we should follow his example. He comes to create this for us to understand the importance of cow protection, importance of Brahmanical culture, means a Vaishnava culture, and he becomes subordinate to the Vaishnavas. So text number 63. Te sura yepi pashyanto nanyashedhan विमोहिताः तद्विज्ञाय महायोगी रसपाला निदं जगौ मयं विशोकः शोकार्तान् स्मरन्दये वगतिं चताम्. The demon could see the calf and cow, but because of his illusion created by the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the demons could not forbid them. The great mystic Mayadano became aware that the calf and cow were drinking the nectar, and he could understand this to be the unseen power of providence. Thus he spoke to the demons who were grievously lamenting. Many things we could learn. Unseen power of the destination. The destination, that is the part of Krishna's plan, that we have done something in the past life, we get the results. Even million lifetimes before. But we get nothing is unseen by Krishna. He knows everything, brother. Past, present, future, even millions of years from now, what we will do, what will happen. So he knows all this. Hare Krishna. So anyway, unseen, and even demons appreciate that what can be done. It is beyond our hand, beyond us. And so one has to, whatever is coming in their destiny, they should accept it, and they should remain equipoised, not duality. We could be rich, poor, could have so many diseases, or could be one, or could be killed. He's my enemy, he's my friend. So that duality is not there in Krishna. Demigod says that, but Krishna do not have that. Samaham sarvabhuteshu, nadvesti nasta priya. That nobody is priya to me, or nobody is my enemy. He treats everybody equally because everybody is his son. Everybody is born from Krishna. And he's the one who is taking care of them. But he takes care according to his way, not our way. So sometimes people don't go to demigods, go to Krishna, but go to demigods. So they fulfill your desire, but that could be disastrous. Hiranyakashipu got so many boons from Brahmaji, or Kansa got, or they were all worshippers of the demigods because they become pleased. This Vrakasur or Bhasmasur also was given the boon. So in this way, there are many things in history that were all demons are demigod worshippers, and they get the boons which destroys their whole family, whole no, whole their whatever is in their control. So now this Mayadano is speaking to his army and whole people that they were lamentation and hankering. We lament for what we have, we get lost, that is lamentation. And hankering, that we want something more. We are never satisfied. So lamentation and hankering is in everybody, practically. Everybody, oh alas, if I would have done this, or I lost this, somebody stole this. So that is lamentation, and we hanker. Wish I could have so many houses, millions of like so many cars, so much to enjoy different things. So they want all this. Wish I could be in America in such and such position. All the time that the duality is going on. So now they are lamenting. Maidano is telling to them what has been destined by the Supreme Lord for oneself, for others, or for both oneself and others cannot be undone anywhere or by anyone, whether one be a demigod, a demon, a human being, or anyone else. It's very nice to understand that nobody could undo that. And whatever is in their destiny, they will get it. And whatever is not in their destiny, they will not get it. It could not be undone by anybody except by one process, is by Krishna consciousness. If you are going to get disease, if you are going to die for some reason, or going to be imprisoned, or being killed, just like, so those things, so it's not in their destiny. Uh, that will never happen. You cannot undo that. So purport. The Supreme Lord is one Krishna, the Vishnu Tattva. Krishna expands himself into Vishnu Tattva, personal expansion, Swamsa Tattva. So Krishna is Swams and Vivinans. We are a part of the Vivinansh. And Swamsa Tattva is all the Vishnu Tattvas, like Ram, Narsimha, Vara, Meen, Kashyap, I mean, so many. He expands into so many just to play. He creates all this to just to play. But if you follow, then we really stay with us and play with us, play of the Lord. But if you don't follow, just like in a movie, if you follow the director of the film and act according to what the role has been given, we live happily and we get a big salary and people come and watch you. But if you go against, then you are thrown away. So if we go against the will uh, of the Lord, then naturally we fall down and remain in the material world and get our karmic results. But if you don't want to get the karmic results, karma means good or bad, and you receive result accordingly. If it is bad, then you go to so many lower species of life. It is good, gradually you elevate to the higher planetary system. So who control everything? Mayadano said, however, I plan, you plan, or anyone planning. So planning does not do any good. Planning for something to serve Krishna. That is the proper. How we could manage the temple properly. How a lot of people could come to the temple. Uh, we make, like say, Sunday school, nice prasad, nice diti, and darshan. All the things are going properly. Temple is managed properly. So everything should be catered towards Krishna, not for our upliftment in the material world, to show or become envious for others. So I plan, you plan, or both of us plan. The Lord has planned that is to happen. No one's plan will be successful without his sanction. So Krishna has to sanction them. We may make our own various plans, but unless they are sanctioned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, they will never be successful. Hundreds and millions of plans are made by all kinds of living entities, but without the sanction of the Supreme Lord, they are all futile. They are futile. It means it is fruitless. Futile means there is no fruits. They don't work by making our plans. Like Duryodhan made plan, Ravan made plan to make his steps all the way to the heavenly planet, and he wanted to enjoy Sita Devi, and Kans also planned to live and create havoc with everybody, and he wanted to protect himself. He was destined to die by the eighth son of Devki, Krishna, but he was killed by Krishna. Hiranyakashipu wanted to be God himself. That would never happen. And he was killed by the Lord himself, Lord Narsingadev, Narsingh Bhagwan ki jai. So our plans are futile, but we should make plans in association that, hey, Krishna, I want to do this. I want to do this seva to you. Please let me chant. Give me energy. Give me Srimati Radharani. Please engage me in the loving service of Krishna, and one who enjoys, one who is Ramante, Ram. Ram means who is in enjoyment mood, playful mood. So just few more verses practically. Text number 65 and 66. अथासौ शक्तिभिः स्वामिः शम्भो प्राधानिकं व्यधात् धर्मज्ञानविरक्त यद्धित् रिद्धि तपो विद्या क्रियादिभिः रथं सूतं ध्वजं वाहान् धनुर्वर्म धनुर्वर्म सरादीयत् सन्नधौ रथमास्थाय शरं धनुरुपाददे. Narad Muni continued. So this is narration by Narad Muni to Yudhishthira Maharaj. Thereafter, Lord Krishna, by his own personal potency, consisting of religion, knowledge, renunciation, opulence, austerity. So that is first point. That is all is his potency: religion, knowledge, renunciation, opulence, austerity, education, and activities equipped Lord Shiva with all the necessary paraphernalia, such as a chariot, a charioteer, a flag, horse, elephants, a bow, a shield, and arrows. When Lord Shiva was fully equipped in this way, he sat down on the chariot with the arrows and bow to fight with the demons. So, purport is stated. So now demons, the demigods, demons, when they are killed, now they cannot be made alive because the well, nectarian well, was drunk by Krishna and the calf. So calf was Brahma. So Brahma and Lord Vishnu, they drank in the form of cow, and a calf drank all the well. Now Lord Shiva was equipped with this. So demons are who were in the well, they are alive still. But now they could not be made alive again. Lord Shiva was given all this paraphernalia to fight with the demons. It is stated in Srimad Bhagvatam, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. He is the topmost of Vaishnava. Lord Shiva is the best of the Vaishnavas. The devotees of Lord Krishna means he is the, and Lord devotees also are recognized by the Lord. He always protects them. Indeed, he is one of the Mahajanas. 12 Mahajanas are there, and one of the Mahajana is Lord Shiva. The 12 authorities on Vaishnava philosophy: Swambhur, Narada, Shambhu, Kumaraha, Kapila, Muni, Manu. Lord Krishna is always prepared to help all the Mahajanas and devotees in every respect. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta manishati. Although Lord Shiva is very powerful, he lost a battle to the Asuras, and therefore he was morose and disappointed because he could not win. But then later on, by the Lord's mercy, Lord came and drank all the nectar, and that's why now they will win over the Asuras. However, because he is one of the chief devotees of the Lord personally equipped him with all the paraphernalia for war. The devotee, therefore, must serve the Lord sincerely, and Krishna is always in the background to protect him, and if need be, to equip him fully to fight with his enemy. For devotees, there is no scarcity of knowledge or material requisites for spreading the Krishna consciousness movement. So we have Krishna, sorry, Khan is fighting against the Maya. Maya is like Maidano, and we are trying to fight against the demons. And Krishna will protect us. Krishna will provide everything, whatever is necessary. So knowledge, there is no scarcity of knowledge or material requisites for spreading the Krishna consciousness movement. So we have to win over the asuras. And most of the world is full of asura. Very few manushanam shastreshu kashinetapi siddhaya etatam api siddhanam kashinma veti tattva. Very few people know with tattva to the Supreme Personality of God. Even worshippers of Brahmaji or Lord Shiva, they do not know what are the powers of the Supreme Lord, what he can do. And so they also get defeated. Like Vratrasur, he was killing Indra and swallowing and pushing Airavat to many, many feet before, and even they prepared like Vajra, but even the Vajra was thrown to him and he threw it back also. So in this way, but then Krishna, he told Indra that this Vajra is for you. He himself is a devotee, just telling that, let me get out of this demonic body. You please throw your Vajra that is meant to kill me. And so he's waiting to go back home, back to Godhead in service to the Lord rather than having a demonic body. So having so much wealth and all the preparation is not all in all. We should be worshipping Krishna to get his benediction and go back to Krishna's abode and serve him in his abode. But Krishna provides everything necessary. Saram dhanushi sandhaya murte bhi jitishwarah dadaha tena durbedya arohat tripuro nrapa. My dear King Yudhishthir, the most powerful Lord Shiva, joined the arrows to his bow, and at noon he set fire to all three residences of the demons and thus destroyed them. दिविदुन्दुभयो नेदुर विमानश शतसङ्कुलाः देवर्षि पितृसिद्धेशा जयेति कुसुमोत्करैः हवा किरञ्जगुर्हृष्टा ननु तुष्याप्सरोगणाः. Translation and purport. Seated in their airplanes in the sky, the inhabitants of the higher planetary system beat many kettle drums. Now, because these three planets were gone, were destroyed completely, so the demigods are rejoicing in higher planetary system. Many kettle drums, the demigods, saints, pitas, siddhas, and various great personalities showered flowers on the head of Lord Shiva, wishing him all victory. And the Apsaras began to chant and dance with great pleasure. In front of the temple, one should glorify the Lord. One should dance in front of the Lord. One should uh, be like beagles and kettle drums and Svadhya yantra nicely should be played for the pleasure of the Lord. That should be done. We do it for marriage time and when somebody is born or birth, but they are really all meant for Krishna. We don't utilize for Krishna, but utilize for outside to show. The next verse, 69 and 70, these two verses are there. एवं दग्ध्वा पुरस्तेस्त्रो भगवान् पुरः नृत्वा ब्रह्मादिभिः स्तूयमान स्वधाम प्रत्यपद्यत. They returned their own. O King Yudhishthir, means he is told by this is the that it is Narad Muni is telling him. Thus, Lord Shiva is known as Tripurari because he burned all the three Puris. Puris means the cities. Tripurari, the inhaler of the three dwellings of the demons, because he burned these dwellings to ashes, being worshipped by the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma. Lord Shiva returned to his own abode. So now he is worshipped by the demigods. Thus he is the chief of the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva. So Brahma and Shiva returned to his own abode. The last verse. एवं विधान्यस्य हरे स्वमायया विडम्बमानश्चन्द्रलोकमात्मनः वीर्याणि गीतान्द्र यशिभिर्जगद्गुरो लोकं नानान्य परम वदामि किम्. The Lord Sri Krishna appeared as a human being, yet he performed many uncommon and wonderful pastimes by his own potency. How can I say more about his activities than what has already been said by great saintly persons? Everyone can be purified by his activities simply by hearing about them from the right source. If we hear from the right source, the activities of Lord, we could become free from this material entanglement. Our aim is to please Krishna, not that we will enjoy and please our own senses, because senses are not only dull, but they want more and more. They are never satisfied. So we should satisfy Krishna and then be in our natural situation. Purport. Bhagavad Gita and all the Vedic literatures fully explain that the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna appears in human society as an ordinary human being, but acts very uncommonly for the well-being of the entire world. One should not be influenced by the illusory energy, and that is illusory energy is Maya. You think Lord Krishna to be an ordinary human being. Avajananti ma moda manusham tanum ashitam. When he come in the human form, the moda, avajananti ma moda, foolish people, they laugh at me. Just like Hiranyakashipu. Oh, he is your Lord? Is he animal? Is he human being? What he is? Is he your Lord and Master? He wanted to kill him, but Lord killed him anyway. In this way, many people, they laugh at the Lord. The Lord came, he made us, the man is made in the image of God. Why did he made like us? Why is not 400, 800 or some like round had 10 heads? Lord could have many more. Even in, so Indra had so many eyes. So in Sahasraksh, he has 1,000 eyes. Anyway, because that way we could come close to him. If he comes as Vishnu or 400 form, we would be afraid of going. Shantaras. Most of the worshippers are Vishnu or in Shantaras. But Krishna has all the other rasas also. And just like if you would become servant of Krishna or Dasya of Krishna or son, Krishna could be our son or we could be parental love or conjugal love, all relationship. And then there are 7 others. So all these relations could be made by Krishna and we are directly children of Krishna. Mamai vansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana. So the demons, they think he's an ordinary human being. Those who really seek the absolute truth come to the understanding that Krishna is everything. Vasudeva sarvamiti sa mahatma sudurlabha. Bhavanam janmanamante jnanaman mam prapadyate. After many, many births, one who is in knowledge, then he surrendered to Krishna. Jnanavan mam prapadyate. And Vasudeva, that what does he now know? That after many births, knows that Vasudeva is all in all, everything. Practically whole universe, whatever billions of universes and spiritual worlds, everything is all Krishna. Krishna are his energies, are his expansions. Samsa Tattva, we are Vivinansha Tattva, and there is Maya also, Maya Tattva. That is also one of his external energy. Internal energy, external energy, and marginal energy, marginal potency. Vasudeva Saramiti. Such a great souls are very rare. Nonetheless, if one studies the entire Bhagavad Gita as it is, Krishna is very easy to understand. The Krishna consciousness movement is just trying to make Krishna known all over the world as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna, Krishnastu Bhagavan. EverydayChant Kala Punsha, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, Indrari Vyakulam Lokyam Radayanti Yogi Yogi. This is after all the incarnation of the Lord, we are presented by, means were written by uh, Vyasadev, then he's saying the same, that he is of Ansha and Kala. All are Ansha and Kala. Ansha and Ansha's parts are Kala. Kala means like a sun rays, that is Kala. And director, like not the rays, but from where the rays are coming, that is Ansha. And so sun god, there is a god Vyoshwan, is, and then from him is all the effulgences, big and then from the rays are coming. So we are like a dust floating in the particles of that rays. And we are meant to serve Krishna. But such great souls are very rare. Nonetheless, one studies the entire Bhagavad Gita as it is, Krishna is very easy to understand. Krishna consciousness movement is just trying to make Krishna known all over the world as the supreme personality of Godhead. Krishna to Bhagavan. If people take this movement seriously, their lives as human being will be successful. The purpose of human life is to understand Krishna and serve Krishna and go back home and live with him in harmony, serve him. Not that we want to enjoy separately. We have to water the root. Our root cause for everything is Krishna, not that root. So you water the root, and whole thing uh, uh, would be proliferating, would be nice and enjoyable. Otherwise, we will try and finish, and again take many births. So if you want to understand this philosophy, which Prabhupada is so succinctly wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is Arjun understood, not as anybody else making their own show through the verses of Bhagavad Gita. That would be fallible. So we'll talk about Krishna, more about Lord Shiva, and so the history is very clear how he Tripurari and how Lord Shiva defeated. So now the similar example, Lord Shiva, initially his reputation came down, and then Krishna came and that well that was prepared by Maida. And who was this Maidano? So little bit history about Maidano, that Mai was living in Khandavan. Also, he had a whole kingdom. He was a king, uh, and he lived in that Khandavan. But Indra's Khandavan, and Indra was a friend of Takshak Nag, the serpent Takshak. So there was many times like there would be Indra would put so much water or rain, but uh, that would be gone by. So he tried this. Maidana was living in Kandavan, and so many times that there was fire. So Agnidev was a of uh, friend of this Maidana, but Indra will pour water and it will extinguish. So now what happened that Arjun and Krishna came to the forest, and so he requested Arjun uh, that please let why like this Khandavan this was like to be burned because by Agni why Indra wanted to burn. What was happening that there was a yajna was performed, and because of the yajna so much ghee was poured in that yajna, and uh, there was indigestion, and then indigestion. That's why Indra wanted to burn the this Pandavan to satisfy they got demigods got the indigestion by so much yajnas and so much ghee. Uh, so, but there was Takshak and there was Maidano, and Maidano wanted to be saved. So he asked Arjun to please protect. So Arjun made such a like arrows that not water or nothing could come, and then he protected Maidano that way that he can get out of that fire that was there. Uh, Not that was there, but that was uh, demigods wanted to burn the fire, to reduce their indigestion by eating too much ghee. Uh, so, so Maidana was saved. And Maidana said that, I will please ask me boons. I could give. He was a great architect, great mystic powers was there of this Maidana. Like he made Tripur and well of the nectar and all these things like yours. So Arjun gave him, protected him. He could come out of that fire, and then he built that sabha, big assembly hall, and the whole city of Indraprastha that was made by this Maidano, and there the Duryodhana and all the his Dhamasa and Chaupadi, like they all came and it was like a flat land, but it was a water. It was seen that there is a gate to go, but there was a door, and somebody would hit it's a to walk, but there was, so where there is land, there was water. Where there was water, there was land. In this, there a door, and everything was so mystic that he made, because he has a lot of mystic powers. My Mayadano. And so he built this assembly, and from that, then Duryodhan and they got all these things by playing dice with like his maternal uncle, and that way they sent them to uh, 12 years in forest and 1 year in incognito. So that was the history behind, or story behind that. So, and this long, like another story I could tell you about Lord Shiva. So Lord Shiva is he heard about that that demons, they all the demigods, they drank the nectar, and demons were refused to take the nectar, and that was some woman came, he did not know that supreme personality of Godhead. How come, how they were all in front of them, the all the demigods, they drank the uh, nectar, but they could not say anything. The demons were more powerful uh, than the demigods, but they could not say anything. Who was that? What is that mystic lady that who did all that? So, so just a little bit story. When Lord Shiva saw the young beautiful woman bouncing her ball along the forest path, all he could think uh, was that she was absolutely ravishing. There were no words that could adequately describe the quintessential beauty. The more Lord Shiva stared at her, the more charmed he became. All he wanted to do now was savor her loveliness. So she was about 25 yards away, glancing at him. She smiled bashfully. Lord Shiva gulped. Uh, She is interested in me because she was laughing. He thought, otherwise, why is she looking at me? Then the unthinkable happened. The ball she was bouncing suddenly hit some surface and bounced away. As she hastened after the ball, a gust of wind blew her a loosened sari of her body, stark naked. She ran after the garment to find, but the wind kept blowing it here and there to that sari. She looked back helplessly at Lord Shiva, uh, as if he might help her recover it. But he was so preoccupied, means Lord Shiva was preoccupied with scrutinizing every curve and mount of her seductive body, that he could not have cared less. All he wanted to do now was enjoy her, and nothing he felt was going to stop him. Impelled by her intoxicating fragrance, Lord Shiva hurried toward her. She modestly hid behind some some wild bushes and flowers, smiling shyly at him. So in this way, although not only, but there was also, means he was Lord Shiva, raced after her, bubbles of sweat uh, glistening in his forehead. But she dodged it, and out of the scattered flower grows, looking back at him momentarily. He ran faster, strongly determined to catch her. Glimpsing fragments of her nudity, he fervently thought, she is not getting away. Never. How could this have happened? In this entire universe, Lord Shiva was the most self-controlled yogi. In fact, he was the king of the yogis. More than that, he was one of the chief gods, just slightly less powerful than the supreme Lord Vishnu. It was also a known and proven fact that no woman in the world could attract and enamor him. And yet it was happening. The very God who could meditate on Lord Vishnu for days on end, who could look at the nude woman for our women and remain totally unaffected, who was always filled with inner peace and bliss, who could discriminate between reality and illusion, who was the personification of renunciation, had now become a victim of lust. Theoretically, this was impossible, and yet it was happening. Why it was happening? So anyway, it's a long story that you have already heard. I may So what it is that because it's a Krishna, if somebody is defeated by Krishna, that's a great. But Shiva, although he was Vaishnavanam Yathashambhu and he like Cupid, he burned the Cupid and he was little bit thinking that he could win anybody, but now he was defeated in one sense. So nobody should think that they are great and they could win this Kamdev or they could get out of this Maya. Nobody can get except Krishna or his devotees can win. But also one should become, and Lord Shiva always meditates on the Lord, Supreme Lord. Anyway, there is a lot about Lord Shiva to be said, but I will end here. If anybody has any comment or questions, so Asuras and demons as well as the Sur and Asur. These two classes are always there. And Sur worship Krishna and want to go back home, back to Godhead. And Asuras want to enjoy the material world. So any comments or questions by anyone? Please raise your hands or
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
This is Vinod Maheshwari from Maryland. Yeah,
Okay,
very
Prabhu.
nice. Very nice. I took a lot of notes and I repeated and later on maybe useful. But thank you very much for your time and giving this such a nice in-depth knowledge and very, I was watching you all the time. You was very sincerely describing, very much involved, so it was very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you for taking, and you could ask me questions anytime, but right now I have to go for offering Aarti in the temple. You please come to our temple sometime in Khargon, Saradha Gopinath ji. But if anybody has any other quick question, thanks a lot for
Is this a
introducing
new
yourself.
temple where you are now?
Yeah, new temple, right.
Oh, Navi Mumbai. Oh, okay. Very nice. I saw the
No,
opening.
not Navi Mumbai. It's near Indore. Navi Mumbai is
Indore.
Radha
Oh,
Madan.
okay. You are in Indore area. Okay.
Yeah, right.
I have
Okay,
relatives. I might visit you.
please, sure, please come stay with us.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, Dandat Pranam. Always Mr.
Dandat
Prabhupada.
Pranam.
His classes are always so purifying and so much informative. You dealt with the superlative nature of bhakti in various rasas. It caught my attention that yes, the whoever is worshipping Vishnu, then they are limited to the Santaras, maximum Dasaras possibly, but they miss the higher rasas. And I thought about it and it intrigued me that South Indian the Sri Sampradayas mostly worship Vishnu in the Santan Dasaras, I believe. And so I mean I find that how superlative the prescription that Mahaprabhu has given us, Sankirtana mission, which attracts even the karmis, and they're getting attracted. Whereas I see and I get complaints also that I hear complaints also that among the Sri Sampradayas, people who have come from Sri Sampradaya to America in corporate life, some of them even started meat eating. Whereas on the other hand, because of the rasas, high rasas and the predisposition of the Sankirtan, that is singing and dancing, our movement is able to attract such karmis away from drinking and meat eating and drinking into bhakti. So I was thinking it's correct. It's perfectly just. I mean, it's correct from.
Thank you, Prabhu, for this corporate dignitaries, or they should take only Krishna Bhakti is the best. Because we are his direct children and we have to meant to serve him. We could serve demigods, but many times it is to get some boons and to enjoy the material world. But our attention should be not enjoying our senses, but enjoying the senses of Krishna, not our senses. So that's nicely you described. Thank you so much. If anybody has any other question.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll end the class. Thanks everyone for coming and joining. And then whatever next time comes, we will be back together. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for this lecture. Yes, as always, you explained so nicely. So, so let's pay obeisances to all the Vaishnavas and Maharaj. Vansha Kalpatarusha Pitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnava Koti Vaishnava ki jai. Namacharya Shri Thakur ki jai. Granthara Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Swami Krishi Maharaj ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Dhanavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.